So now let's look and see how we can get just a few more views out of Revit. They kind of come automatically. It's really cool. There are a few little things to do as you do it, but first of all, let's look and see what comes automatic. And what does come automatic are the elevations. Those are there. Okay, so these are your standard elevations, and you can zoom in and you can see how they look. And the little box down at the bottom, there's the scale, the detail, and then the visual style. You can do a bunch of different types of things. So realistic makes the tree look kind of like a tree, and shaded is kind of like a very typical way of seeing it. And take a look at the north. Again, we can put it into realistic, and you can render these views also. So you can do rendered views of these just as well. So you can pick some of these views if those do the job for you, and then choose how you want to see it: shaded, consistent colors, realistic. And you can render a view also by going to view ribbon, and well, that's interesting. It's not going to let me render this one right away because I need to make it a camera view to do that. So let's look and see what camera views look like. Okay, so I'll go into my story, and I think there's a piano over here. If I need to see, I can look at the hidden. Yeah, I can see that. There's the light bulb. And those are under 3D view. I'm on my view ribbon, 3D view, camera view. I just place my camera somewhere and say where I'm going to take a picture. Now, sometimes these don't quite work out. Sometimes it might say 5 foot or 4 foot or something. So you have to go and figure out your elevations to get them right. But this is kind of cool. Um, let's see what happens when I render. I'll bet you, since there are no lights in here, I'd have to take the roof off, and the floors and everything. I bet you when I do this, scheme, interior, sun and artificial, official only. Let's just see. I don't have any lights in here, so I'm going to bet you it's just going to be black. So I'd have to get rid of the roof and all that kind of stuff. Yep, there it is. It's black. It's very dark in there. Okay. So this is a good way to do it. Consistent colors. It's kind of a dark one. Comes out. There we go. I'd need to add lights and do all sorts of stuff if I wanted to get a really nice rendering from the inside. But this looks pretty good. So that's how I get a camera view. I've done elevations. Let's see what a section view might look like. Again, I'm going to be in my views, and I'll make a section view right through, and I'll have it look all the way to the wall. Those show up in a new thing called section views. It is. There's my section view. And I can change by clicking on this box. I can make the section view more or less, or I can show more of it or less of it as I look. Okay? So all sorts of ways you can make it look to meet your needs. I kind of tend to go with these hidden views. If I now want to, I can hide the line around it. That's called the crop region. And if I feel like it, I can annotate it. But you'll be doing that in your presentation. Yep. So that's how to make section views. Elevations are already there. and camera views. And the camera views end up being in here. These are your camera views. So you can rename those. No. Northeast resident example. These camera views are kind of cool. There is some stuff you can do. You can change sizes. And when you're in a camera view, you can even change the eye elevations a little. Maybe I want to look at a little bit lower. I'll make this at 12-foot eye elevation. Looking down at the ground a little bit. Let me make it like an. And you can see how that changes how the elevation sort of set. Okay. So those are some of the things that you can do. What we're looking for again is just getting an idea of your project. A couple of views that allow the owner to understand what you're proposing.